Welcome and welcome back to the Webby O'Neill channel. Thanks for joining us for another video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing Declan Rice. I think it's obvious to us all, including West Ham fans, that he will be leaving this summer. And we feel it's a player that Manchester United should be going in for this summer. Now, your thoughts on Declan Rice?
Well, it's a no-brainer. Manchester United, this is a class act of a player. And against Manchester United on Sunday, he was all over the pitch, work rate, everything was absolutely superb. And I've got to agree with a West Ham fan who made a comment saying he was head and shoulders above Casemiro in that game. And he was. But the thing is, I've watched him now for a few years. Each year, he is improving. To me, he's class, and he is what Manchester United need. Right into the team, no messing, and he will put it right what's missing, and that's that midfield.
Okay, you're saying he was head and shoulders above Casemiro in that game.
Yeah.
If he comes into the Manchester United midfield, do you see that midfield then looking a little bit too defensive? Do you see him coming in and replacing Casemiro? What's your thoughts all on that?
No, he won't replace Casemiro at West Ham. It's an underperforming side. He tends to intercept by playing in the Casemiro role. But what he is a player what goes forward as well. He's not just a defensive midfield player. And what it is, if he played for Manchester United, he would have more freedom. He's not getting that at West Ham. West Ham are fighting relegation. They're not fighting for top of the league and haven't been for a few years. His role is different than what it would be at Manchester United. You can see what he brings to the team at West Ham, and you can also see what he can do for Manchester United. He goes forward with purpose a lot more better than some of the players what we've got in the squad at Manchester United. He is an absolutely diamond of a player, and Manchester United should go out there and get him.
So do you think he's then got the attributes to be more than that defensive midfielder where he really can have the shackles off and be that creative midfielder as well in the midfield?
I think what it'll do, I think he'll take the shackles off in what he's got at West Ham, but I think it'll also take off a lot of pressure of what Casemiro's got. It's as though Casemiro has to do everything. Yeah. He has to go forward. He has to set the tempo of the play. He has to intercept at the back, stay back, go forward. I think having Declan Rice there, he's got the engine. 90 minutes football. Every time I see him, he's up for the challenge. He's up, he's back, he's across the field, he's everywhere. And it would release Casemiro.
Yeah, I do agree. I think he's got all the attributes to be more than that defensive midfielder where he can create attacks. Yeah. And he can maybe chip in with assists and goals as well, because he's got all the attributes for it. He's a big, strong lad. He can pass a ball. And like you say there, he can get back and put the tackles in. And, when you did mention it to me earlier on off camera, I did automatically think, would that midfield be too defensive? But I think the football brain Declan Rice has got and Casemiro, they can sort of do the jobs between themselves where they'll both know which one to go forward.
Trust each other.
Yeah, trust each other, which one to stay back. And I think that would possibly work very well. But my question to you is, West Ham Football Club, the fans, see Declan Rice as a leader, he's the captain. Would you see him as a leader and a captain at Manchester United?
No, not straight away. He's 24, young fella, gets into the team, gets used to it, does the business, and he will do the business. If the man's class, he'll do it straight away. Maybe possibility down the line, but at this moment, I don't think that's an issue. I think when you look what would be behind him.
Do you think it's a personality we need, though, in that team in terms of leadership, someone who stands up and takes on the responsibility, though?
I think if you look, listen, players have to stand up and take on the responsibility anyway. But if you look what would be there, it would be Declan Rice, it would be Casemiro, and right behind him, you've got Martinez. Now, that's the spine of the team. Now, if you think of that spine of the team, you can't go wrong.
Solid.
Very solid.
Do you think having Declan Rice and Casemiro in the midfield as well would give more freedom to the front four in creating attacks as well?
Yes.
Because they know that they've got a proper solid base there who can defend when needed.
I don't think people would be panicking or worrying and have to run out of position because these would keep the position. They would get back, they would get forward when needed, they would help out the forwards, they would help out the back four as well. The panic would be off. It's not as though, we've all got to get back and defend. These two players, Casemiro and Declan Rice, working together, right, would know what to do, and the other players would gain confidence off them. I think it is an absolute brilliant partnership if Declan Rice and Casemiro were on that pitch together, because I just think they would catapult United to a different level. And the only level what needs to be added would be a striker, obviously. But no, to me, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. What some fans are bothered by it, some aren't, about talks of price tags, etc. And the rumoured price tag out there would be £120 million. Do you think that would be a problem for Man United, though, in this summer transfer window?
I think that's just an opening statement by the media that, if it has to be £100 million, it has to be £100 million. It's the way of the world. You can't ignore it now. That's what has to be paid. We've paid stupid money for half-decent players. We would be paying, I would think, £100 million for somebody who is going to transform this team. And not just for 1 year, 2 years. This would be like for 6, 7 years. It's a player what can get about for 90 minutes. And in 90 minutes play, a lot of Man United players aren't putting it in. This kid would take it to another level.
No, I totally agree. And I think it's one of them where you look at Harry Kane, we should have probably signed him 3 years ago.
Yes.
In my eyes. And I just don't want to happen, the same thing to happen again with Declan Rice. You know, you do look at Casemiro, he's age 31. He's still got at least 3 years here at the top in the Premier League. Christian Eriksen, 31, a couple of years left on his deal. And I just don't want the same thing to happen again in a couple of years where we're looking to bring someone into the club to, stake a first-team spot in that midfield, and we've missed out on Declan Rice. I think it needs to be done this summer when the opportunity comes up, and for Manchester United to build on. And it's a player, really, you look at, build the team around him, possibly.
Well, he is the future. Like I say, he's 24. Now, United did look at him under Ollie, but didn't go in for him because I think they realised West Ham were not selling. Yeah. And since United did look at him under Ollie, the player each year has improved and improved and improved and got in the England squad. And you can see what he does there. But he could do more for that England team. He's just the manager. And he would do more for Manchester United.
You look at the players who are already there at Manchester United as well. You've obviously got Eriksen, Casemiro, McTominay, Fred, Sabitzer, who's on loan.
Donny van der Beek.
And Donny van der Beek. And, do you look at any of them and think they're above Declan Rice? None of them at all?
None of them whatsoever. And that's why you go for Declan Rice. Yeah. Pure class, you can see it. And then players who you've just mentioned, along with Donny van der Beek, they're under big pressure. All of them. United are trying to should be getting rid of players in the summer. So obviously that midfield looks as though it could be depleted and got rid of. If you've got Declan Rice, Casemiro there, Eriksen.
Yeah, I'd still keep Scott McTominay as well, though, but I look at Fred and Sabitzer. Fred's had enough time at Manchester United now. Is he roughly 29?
Yeah.
I know his contract got extended in, I think it was around about December time for another year. But I can't see Manchester United exploring that option to give him a new contract myself. And I think if you're bringing in the likes of Declan Rice, who are going to improve your starting 11, your likes of your Fred, your Sabitzer who's on loan, I've got to go back to the Bayern Munich. We've got to improve that midfield. Yeah,
you could imagine Manchester United in the summer getting rid of some of them names we've mentioned just because you're going to bring in Declan Rice.
Also youth as well, though. There's one or two youth players in that midfield.
Well, they need introducing.
To introduce in the summer and into the squads next season as well to improve their ability. And to have Declan Rice in and around that squad in training and on match days, we've all seen what type of lad he is. And to be fair, it looks like a lad who's got his feet firmly on the ground as well. It's that personality I think we need to start bringing into the changing room. We've had too much of the likes of the big I-ams over the years in the changing room.
Yeah.
And luckily, we're trying to get through him as much as possible each summer.
That's the good thing. When you go for a big signing like that, there's a lot of things you have to look at. And his mindset and the way he performs on the pitch, the way he performs off the pitch, and the way he seems to me as a human being, he seems a perfect fit for Manchester United. He wants Champions League football?
Well, is that the big question then? Man United need that top 4. Do you think?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it? No Champions League.
Yeah, the only other thing is obviously have Arsenal, Chelsea. They're all rumoured as well to be looking at Declan Rice. Would you put City in that equation? Maybe Liverpool as well? You know, there's going to be some top clubs out there looking at getting the services of Declan Rice, isn't there?
Yeah, and that's why we've got to go and buy him, because everyone can see the quality he's got. And at the end of the day, if we get that Champions League, we have to go and get him. It is an opportunity what cannot be missed, because being sat there with Casemiro for the next couple of years would be fantastic for Man United.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who in the comments who were going to say Jude Bellingham. But for me, it looks like it's nailed on for him to go to Real Madrid, and you can't blame the lad as well. You know, who Real Madrid are the size of the club.
No, I think Jude Bellingham, to be honest with you, I don't think he's the same article
as Declan Rice.
As Declan Rice. I think Declan Rice has improved year on year. I think what you're doing is you're seeing a bit of shine on Jude Bellingham over there in Germany. And I think paying that much money could be a possible no-no for me. But I'd have Declan Rice over Jude Bellingham anytime. Yeah. At this moment, I don't fully trust Jude Bellingham to go on and be the star player. He's got it.
He's got the talent.
Yes. Well, Declan Rice has got the talent, and you can see it week in, week out, and he's improved. So to me, Declan Rice over Jude Bellingham.
I wonder who West Ham fans would prefer Declan Rice to go to. Can't see it being Manchester United. I'd see it on the bottom of the list, don't you?
I'll tell you what I can see. I can see Declan Rice coming to Old Trafford and then Fred going the opposite way.
Yeah, player plus cash.
That's right. So Declan Rice for me, all in, quality player.
Yeah. Anything more to add?
No, that's me.
Yeah, no, I just thought we'd do a bit of a chat, bit of a brief overview on Declan Rice. It's someone we've talked about on the channel now ever since we started the channel, really. It's a player that we admire and would like to see in a Manchester United shirt playing at Old Trafford. So, yeah, get your thoughts and opinions in on Declan Rice. Would you like to see him in Manchester United's midfield? Which combination would you like to see? Do you think he is a good fit with Casemiro in that midfield area? But everything that's on your mind, get it in the comments below. We'd love to see it and interact with you. Smash that like button if you've enjoyed today's video. Subscribe as well if you've not already done so, and press that notification, because we will be back on Thursday with another video. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you.
Thank you.